Good evening and welcome to the JR's Maintenance WHIG TV High School Football Game of the Week. Folks, we're back for another season. I, Wes Bradshaw, am back with you. I've come out of retirement because I couldn't take a year of not being behind the mic and bringing you guys the best in Nash, Edgecombe, Wilson County high school football. And folks, this year, I'm so stinking excited because I'm joined by my new color analyst. Folks, welcome to the show, Luke Robertson. Luke, welcome to the High School Football Game of the Week.
Appreciate it, Wes. I'm happy to learn from the best.
Well, you got me, so that's close enough, I guess. We're out of options at the station, folks. So here we go. Folks, as has kind of been the curtain raiser the last few years here on the Game of the Week, Rocky Mount, the Griffons, traveled to, this is an old hand, the defending 1A state champions, the Tarboro Vikings. They seem to carry that moniker around with them a lot recently. Folks, we are coming to you tonight from Valhalla, as they call it, Viking Stadium. Tarboro looking to avenge their only loss of the 2021 season. They lost the opener against Rocky Mount. They then ran off 15 straight victories to claim the 6th state championship in school history. And Luke, the Vikings going to be out for blood tonight, but they've got a really determined group of Rocky Mount Griffons on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. Rocky Mount finished 5-6 last year, even though they beat Tarboro the first game of the season. Let's not forget Jason Battle's got a state championship in his repertoire as well, so I'm excited to see how it plays out.
Folks, you know what you're going to get from Tarboro. They're going to run the football. Rocky Mount, you might see a little more balance in there. A third-year starter at quarterback in Stephon Jones. The Vikings, what do? They keep churning out running backs, and they've got a good one this year.
Yeah, Trayvon White, senior running back on the high school OT watch list. He's going to be exciting to watch tonight.
Now that Tarboro's got a handful of guys on that list. Rocky Mount's got a handful of guys on that list. We'll get to them as the game goes on tonight. Folks, we are monitoring the weather because, you know, it hasn't rained all week. So an hour away from kickoff, of course, it looks ominous. But, folks, we're here. It is the 2022 high school football season, and I couldn't think of a better place to be tonight. So, folks, we're going to bring you the ball game. Big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, New Southern Loans, JR's Maintenance, your title sponsor, the Small Shops Mall, Don Bullock Chevrolet. A big thanks also to Telco Credit Union and Edgecombe Community College. Guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have the kickoff of the 2022 high school football season, and you're going to get it right here on the JR's Maintenance WHIG TV High School Football Game of the Week.
Are you ready for this week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week, presented by JR's Maintenance for your viewing pleasure here on WHIG TV? Let's get into it. The JR's Maintenance WHIG TV High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you in part by New Southern Loans. Personal and auto loans apply today. 2 locations to serve you. 2405 West Nash Street, Wilson, and 2226 North Main Street in Tarboro. JR's Maintenance, commercial and industrial metal fabrication services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall and 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside. Trade It, now open inside Small Shop. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Telco Credit Union. Telco Credit Union, with locations in Tarboro and Greenville, offers mortgage refinancing and home equity loans with low interest rates. And check out their great auto refinance program, located at 720 Barlow Road in Tarboro. And Edgecombe Community College.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back here on the JR's Maintenance WHIG High School Football Game of the Week. You see them coming onto the field, the defending 1AA state football champions, the Tarboro Vikings. Folks, tonight they welcome the Griffons of Rocky Mount to the house. This has become an early season benchmark game over the last few years. For the longest time, the Rocky Mount Tarboro rivalry was dormant. But this is a game that for the last decade, people have demanded. They wanted this football game. They wanted, I mean, when you look at it, they're the two teams in this area with state championships to their name in the last decade. People wanted this game. They have got it. These games have delivered the last few seasons when we've been able to get them in, Mother Nature pending. Folks, we are guessing it's looking kind of good right now. Luke, what do you think? I'm gonna let you put on your. Yeah, we got WRL here near us. I'm gonna let you be Cat Campbell. You're not quite as cute, but I'm gonna let you be Cat Campbell for a second. What's your weather prediction for tonight?
Listen, football's fun whether it's dry or it's wet, so I'm excited regardless. And as we touched on multiple times, Wes, let's not forget that Rocky Mount ruined Tarboro's perfect season last year, so the Vikings are definitely out for vengeance tonight.
That they are. They are at home. They are in front of their crowd. Folks, it is mid-August, but it feels like a late September game out here. It is absolutely gorgeous temperature-wise. I mean, I've barely broken a sweat, and that's because I put a rain jacket on, but I might not even need it here in a few minutes.
Hey, if a little rain is what we have to endure for cooler weather, I'm fine with it.
I absolutely agree with you. All right, folks, Tarboro are going to be kicking it off to begin the 2020 season. Xavier Massenberg, the big defensive end, going to be kicking it deep. Fielded at the 12-yard line. Here comes Rocky Mount on the return. Out over the 25, up to about the 28. DeMarjay Mitchell, the senior wide receiver, on the return. And for the first time in the season, we will see the Rocky Mount offense take the field. They are led by Stephon Jones, their 6 foot, 175-pound senior quarterback, multi-year starter. He is a good one, folks. Rocky Mount, you're going to see them run out of the shotgun. They're still going to be in a lot of that wing T formation that they've become known for over the years. It is an exciting multiple offense. They go for balance. They can do a lot of different things. And here we go. Jones inside handoff. And up to about the 30-yard line is the Rocky Mount ball carrier. Checking a number, looks like number 20. I believe that was Isaiah Silver on that carry for the Griffons. He'll pick up a couple of yards.
Hey, Weston, the guy I'm looking at tonight, number 9, Deandre Lynch, playing both sides of the ball, tight end and D-line. He's going to be a big force for the Griffons tonight.
On both sides of the ball, good football player. Jones looking to throw. He's got him out on the outside. Ball caught. First down, looking for more. Out to the 41-yard line, Cialio Alphonse. Amarian Lewis coming up from his safety position, putting a big hit out there. Lewis, 6'3", 190 pounds. Good size safety for the Vikings. And Rocky Mount gets a first down as we are a minute into the season. Griffons out at the 41. Hand off left side, looking for room to run. Not going to be much there for Silver.
A guy they're going to need a lot of tonight is Terence Kearney, the senior O-lineman. He was on one of those guys on high school OT's watch list. He is 6'3", 296, so if they want to get their running game going, they're going to have to get behind him.
A meaty young man, to say the least.
Absolutely.
But that's what you need. You need those big boys up front to open up the holes for those quick running backs. Jones in shotgun. He'll take the snap. He's looking to throw. Steps up, throw over the middle. That is almost intercepted. A little behind Deandre Lynch. And Melvin Sherrod almost coming up with the turnover. Rocky Mount, third down. They live to play another one.
Yeah, and we'll get into it as the night goes on. But speaking of that high school OT watch list of players you want to be looking out for, Tarboro's got 3 defensive players on that list, 2 juniors and a senior. We'll get into them later, but the Griffons are going to have some trouble when they're targeting the backfield here.
Third down and 11. Griffons, 2 wide out to the right, 1 out to the left, single back in the backfield. And Jason Battle wants to talk it over. He'll take a quick timeout. 10:19 to go. No score here early in the ball game.
You're watching the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week, brought to you in part by New Southern Loans, JR's Maintenance, Small Shops Mall, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Telco Credit Union, and Edgecombe Community College. Now let's get back to the high school football game of the week, the Rocky Mount Griffons versus the Tarboro Vikings.
All right, Griffons breaking that time out. 3rd down and 11. Once again, looks like they're going single back in the backfield. Jones this time looks like he's dropping back in the shotgun. Elijah Battle is the single back. Man in the slot, let's say that Jaden Norwood actually looks like he's in one of the wingback positions. 3rd down. Jones looking to throw. Jones under some pressure. Throw is caught, but they're going to be short the 1st down. Alphonse with the catch. And it'll be 4th down. 4th and 5. Rocky Mount at the 46-yard line. I haven't seen them change personnel, so it looks like Rocky Mount going to go for it early at this part of the field. I can understand this play. All right, 4th and 5, big moment early in this ball game. One thing you don't want to do is give Tarboro a short field. Jones keeps. Jones runs. He's over. He's got the 1st down. Ball is loose. Ball is loose. It looks like Purple comes up with it. Vikings come up with the turnover.
An aggressive move by the Griffons there on offense. I actually like the call if the quarterback can hang on to it, but the Vikings come up on top.
Amarian Lewis, the big safety, comes up with the recovery. So a turnover on Rocky Mount's first drive. Tarboro now the ball on their own 45-yard line. 1st down, and our first chance to see this Tarboro offense in action this season. The man under center is Amarian Lewis. Lewis handoff. We're going to catch our Viking number when the young man comes up.
And going back to that last play by the Griffons, I think, we're no stranger to the fact that the Vikings are the better team tonight, so Rocky Mount can't afford to make those small mistakes. If it comes down to fumbles, I'd bet my money on Tarboro winning tonight.
Turnovers in a game between two good football teams, turnovers are going to be the killer. And Rocky Mount cannot be on the wrong end of that turnover battle. Folks, I believe that was Trayvon White on the carry. I still haven't seen the number yet. I believe it was. Okay. Handoff. Well inside. Griffon defensive line getting in there. Nothing digging. Nothing doing. Taquan Williams in on that one. He seemed to be the first man there. Big hit, 3rd down coming up now for Tarboro.
We're no stranger to the fact that Tarboro likes to run the ball, so if the big guys up front on defense for the Griffons can stuff those holes, then the Vikings might have a tougher night than they expected.
Folks, Tarboro has been running this offense literally my entire life, plus a few, and I'm getting kind of old up here. We'll talk more about Tarboro offense, don't worry. Lewis looks out, he's going deep, man open, caught! And just like that, put 6 on the board, Viking fans. That is a Tarboro touchdown. 52 yards. Jamarian Dozier got behind the defense. Folks, they don't do it often, but when they do, they usually pick up big chunks of yardage. Tarboro going deep for the first score of the season, and it's 6-0 in favor of the Vikings. Extra point pending.
Right when we're talking about Tarboro running the ball constantly, they decide to go deep in a heck of a throw by Amari and Lewis.
Great throw, great catch, and a stroll of the end zone. Cole Craddock, number 8, the sophomore, in to attempt the extra point. Folks, the 4-year kicker, Leighton Dupree, has matriculated on. One of the great kickers, I would say, in Tarboro history. Cole Craddock, that's right, it's a familiar last name. His dad is the head coach, Jeff Craddock. We're going to have some movement up front against the Vikings. So for Cole Craddock, his first extra point of the season is going to be a little longer than I believe he originally anticipated.
If I'm commanding the defense for the Griffons, I'm a little concerned about the play that just happened. Was it speed? Was it discipline? Did we totally blow a coverage? I think the Griffons are going to have to look into that.
Snap, hold, kick on the way. Extra point is no good. Folks, we got 8 minutes remaining on the clock here in the first quarter. Tarboro draws first blood in this battle between Nash and Edgecombe County. 6-0 Vikings lead. Let's take a quick commercial timeout, folks. We'll be right back with more first quarter football here on the JR's Maintenance WHIG TV High School Football Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week, ringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
I just finished up my 2-year degree here at Edgecombe Community College. I received my Associate of Arts from here. Being here at ECC benefited me because of the smaller class sizes. I was able to get a lot of one-on-one time with my teachers, and I am getting my first 2 years of college ahead of time for very little money. I feel prepared to go to the University of Alabama as a junior because I've had such great people here helping me, and I feel like they have prepared me to go into whatever I do next.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you. Like our new car lineup featuring the roomy Equinox. Fits your lifestyle with security, tech, fuel efficiency, and affordability. Or check out the new Silverado, the truck most popular with first-time and veteran truck buyers. In every department, our knowledgeable and friendly staff is there for you. Born in the business, third-generation owner and manager on site to help you. Don Bullock Chevrolet, Rocky Mount.
Folks, welcome back on the JR's Maintenance WHIG TV High School Football Game of the Week. Tarboro leading Rocky Mount 6-0, 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Folks, big thanks to tonight's game sponsors. New Southern Loans for your personal auto loans apply today. 2 locations to serve you in both Wilson and Tarboro. The Small Shops Mall at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building. Don Bullock Chevrolet, doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Telco Credit Union, 2 locations to serve you, Tarboro and Greenville. And Edgecombe Community College. Big thanks to Edgecombe, back with us another season here on the Game of the Week. And of course, folks, your title sponsor, JR's Maintenance. Commercial Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support all of our student athletes. Vikings going to be kicking it off, and we're going to call that a squib kick. Ball is loose. It will go out of bounds. So Rocky Mount actually going to start off with some good field position.
We're going to need the momentum to swing here if you're a Griffon fan. After that touchdown by the Vikings, I love the call. I mean, even up here calling the game, I'm thinking run, run, run. How do we defend the run? And then they go deep ball and catch the Griffon sleeping.
Well, it's kind of like the joke adage at Tarboro, have you got any trick plays? Yeah, it's called a forward pass. And they broke one out.
Absolutely.
A great play call by the Vikings on that 3rd and long. Did catch Rocky Mount, maybe sleeping at the back. Maybe it was a little bust in the coverage. But important part now is Rocky Mount looking to bounce back because, you know, if you're not going to stop them defensively, you're going to have to score with Tarboro.
And also, let's give credit where credit's due. Maybe Jamarion Dozer's just incredibly quick. Maybe he beat his man, so kudos to the young man getting down the field.
All right, here comes the Griffon offense. Ball spotted. There would be just over the 35-yard line. Hand off left side. Tarboro swarming. Those purple uniforms, they are unmistakable when you're in the Nash Edgecombe County area. The Tarboro Vikings, they play fast, they play physical, they swarm to the football. And they do it on that first down play. Battle not going to get, they might give him about half a yard on there. Second down, clock running. Jones, quick throw out in the flat, caught. Nice move by the Rocky Mount receiver. He's got a first down up over the 50. DeMarge Mitchell, the senior receiver, made the Viking DB miss. Nice run after the catch. And those are the kind of plays, Rocky Mount, if they're not going to be able to get a lot going up front, they're going to have to stretch the Viking defense.
Absolutely, and Amarion Lewis, a guy for Tarboro, has got to get it done on both sides of the ball. He plays defensive back as well.
He's been making some plays early in this ball game. You also see Trayvon White out there running both ways. And handoff, second man through. Silver's going nowhere. Loss on the play. Coming up on that tackle, Melvin Sherrod, middle linebacker. He has been very active early in this football game.
Like I mentioned earlier, another guy we're looking at off that watch list is Amarion Lewis, playing defensive back for Tarboro. He's got to do it on both sides of the ball. I wonder, I like to try to get inside guys' heads if they're thinking about offense when they're on defense, if they're thinking about defense when they're on offense. To have the discipline to know what you need to do on both sides of the ball can take a lot out of you in the game.
Wonder how much being a quarterback helps you as a free safety as well. Because
yeah,
you're
absolutely.
thinking, what would I do here? And we've got flags down. There's going to be false start against Rocky Mount here. There's a lot of movement up front from both sides. That's going to go against Rocky Mount. So a 5-yard penalty. The Griffons, who lost a couple yards on first down, now find themselves even more behind the sticks.
I think it's a bit normal for us to see some first game jitters here. We know the precedence behind this game and how much pressure is on these guys, especially the guys that played in it last year. So I expected to see a few penalties early.
Well, both teams wanting to get off to a good start this season. Tarboro comes into every season. Their goal is not to lose a football game. And how do you do that? You win the first one. That's what got them last year. So this year, Tarboro coming out with the mindset they need to beat Rocky Mount game one. They
Absolutely.
need to do that to have that perfect season. Jones looking to throw. He's got a man. Oh! Lewis got hands on it. There probably should have been 2 picks on that play by Viking defenders. Excuse me, unable to come down with it. Jones looking for that seam pass through the middle. Lewis was playing center field just beautifully.
As you were talking about, Wes, Amarion Lewis playing quarterback on the other side. He knows how that guy's thinking, and he's there to anticipate.
He saw that one coming. All right, now Rocky Mount gets a chance to see if they can make Tarboro pay for the missed opportunity. That's always a big thing. You're looking for those swings of momentum. Jones, back to pass. Good coverage. That's picked through the hands of Mitchell.
Let's go.
And Jamarian Dozier, the linebacker, coming up. It looked like a pretty good throw from Jones. Just looked like Mitchell unable to reel it in. So Rocky Mount, 2 drives, 2 turnovers near midfield. That is not a recipe for beating the Tarboro Vikings.
Jamarion Dozier, a guy who's made a couple good plays already tonight. Looks like he's going to be a big key figure for the Vikings.
All right, so that Tarboro offense back on the field this time. Even better starting field position. They start on the Rocky Mount 39-yard line. Griffon defense going to have to bow their backs. Playing Tarboro, you do not want to go down 2 possessions. That is recipe for disaster. First man through with the football. That was Trayvon White on the carry.
Trayvon White, a guy that's going to get a lot of carries tonight. I'm interested to see how often he gets used, but he is their premier running back, and as we know, a lot of great running backs have come out of Tarboro.
There's been a couple over the years. White getting this one. Nice stiff arm as he goes over the left side.
historically, Tarboro can kind of put you in a difficult position when they just run, and that running back's just coming up the middle. So I'm interested to see how the Griffons are going to react.
Folks, the Tarboro team, one of the iconic offenses in the state of North Carolina. Handoff left side. Mason Satterfield on the carry, the sophomore. Keeps his legs churning. You know, as a former defensive lineman, stopping the Tarboro offense in theory isn't that hard. You have to play that disciplined gap control defense, but when it's Tarboro, it is just stinking hard. Lewis going deep. 2 out there, knocked away. Good defense. And it looks like there's a flag coming out. Bryson Phillips knocked it away. There was a lot of contact down the field. Let's wait and get an official call. And it's going to be in defensive holding against Rocky Mount. That's going to give Tarboro a first down. That'll move the sticks. Let's see, venerable Babe Allen is your white hat tonight on the field. He's been doing this a long time.
And again, I like that call by the Vikings. I mean, if I'm on the D line for the Griffons, I'm thinking run. How do I stuff that run? Next thing I know, they're going deep down the field.
That's what you do. You draw them in. You play the play action. Handoff up the middle. And that was Satterfield on the carry.
If the Vikings can get Mason Satterfield and Trayvon White going, I think we're going to see a lot of rushing yards here tonight. But despite the yards that have been gained so far, I'm impressed with the D line from the Griffons.
Tarboro will keep coming at you. You know what you're going to get through the night with them. You just got to hold them play by play. Trayvon White going left side, and he is dragging them. White out to about the 5-yard line.
Watching that play, it's easy to see why Trayvon White is their guy. I mean, he's chopping it up in there, and it took about 3 guys to get him down. So if you can wear out the Griffon defense like that every time Trayvon White runs, it's going to be a long night for him.
I coached Trayvon White when he was 10 years old playing baseball in Pine Tops. Young man had gifts back then, a good athlete, fast as lightning. Well, I told him, son, just make contact and we're scoring a run somewhere. But White is a good one, and he has turned into a very good running back for these Vikings. Handoff, right side. That will cross the goal line, put 6 on the board, Viking fans. That is a Tarboro High School touchdown. 5 yards out, Tremaine McDaniels. And it's 12-0 in favor of the Vikings. Now, that was the final score of last year's game. Reversed. I don't know if this one's going to stay 12-0 tonight, though. So Tarboro are going to try to chase those 2 that they missed earlier. McDaniels, Bruce Shipman, and Satterwhite out there. McDaniels trying to find his way outside.
He's in, but he got
it looks like he found his way in. Well, all right, 2-point conversion's good. 2:49 to go here in the first quarter. Tarboro 14, Rocky Mount nothing.
You're watching the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week, brought to you in part by New Southern Loans, JR's Maintenance, Small Shop Small, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Telco Credit Union, and Edgecombe Community College. Now let's get back to the high school football game of the week, the Rocky Mount Griffons versus the Tarboro Vikings.
All right, Vikings out to kick it off. Good drive by Tarboro. They get the penalty off the throw. Other than that, highlighted by the running game, and they now lead at 14-0. Luke Robertson It's getting to a point in this football game. It's early. But we've seen what this Tarboro offense is capable of. Rocky Mount, you got to have an answer.
Absolutely. I think we've seen the beauty of the Tarboro team. We've seen 3 backs get significant yardage thus far as Tarboro kicks it off.
And picked up at the 30. Upman makes one miss, makes another miss, still on his feet. Over the 45, up over the 50, into Tarboro territory. A big-time return by Rocky Mount. Tavoris Parker, the freshman, he is no stranger to running with the football. He is a running back, but playing where he was, don't know if he was expecting to get that football, but a really nice return.
If you're Tarboro, you can't get too comfortable already. I know, like you said, the score of the last year's game was 12-0 in favor of the Griffons. We're 14-0 in favor of the Vikings. Let's hope they don't start going to sleep on us.
The Rocky Mount offense has not looked bad. They've just not ended drives well so far tonight. They've moved the football in spurts. They've shown it can be done. And now 2:37 left here in the first quarter. Steph Jones needs to get something going for Rocky Mount. Jones on the keeper, evades one. He goes to the second. He's got the first down and more up over the 25-yard line.
I think that's a
Ball
good
out to the 24, first down.
That's a good example of how effective Jones can be in the run game if he takes care of that ball. We saw the fumble earlier that certainly switched the momentum, but if he can keep running like that, they've got a good chance.
Rocky Mount have put themselves behind the sticks tonight. A couple of bad penalties and 2, really at this point, crushing turnovers. If they can get good yardage on first down, that's going to be a big help for them tonight. Jones takes a snap. Jones looks to throw. Jones gets rid of it. He's got a man. Knocked away. Ball is up. Pick. And interception in the back of the end zone. That ball was popped up in center field.
By Tremaine McDaniels, number 3, a guy we've been seeing get it done at the running back position as well. They're all over the place out there.
Jamarian Dozier, that's his second pick. So Jamarian Dozier has picks on back-to-back possessions. Rocky Mount has turned the ball over 3 times here in the first quarter.
And that play was kind of the theme for the night for me. We're seeing the depth of Tarboro right now. Guys getting it done on both sides of the ball. You've got on the offensive side Tremaine McDaniels, Trayvon White, and Mason Satterfield running the ball effectively. And then we just see Tremaine McDaniels swat that ball in the air to then be intercepted by his other teammates. So a lot of depth from Tarboro and guys doing it on each side.
Tarboro looking strong in the secondary tonight. The thing is, they won't see many teams that can pass the ball as effectively as Rocky Mount this year. So they are standing up to this early season test. With 1:54, they get the ball back. By far their worst starting field position out at the 20-yard line. Rocky Mount defense needs to make a play. Handoff going around right side. Shamardra Clark. And we see a Viking offensive lineman losing his helmet. And one thing you've got to look out for, Nyquavian Davis coming off. One thing you got to look out for, Rocky Mount. They need to make sure they can keep their emotions under wrap. It's been a frustrating start to the football game for the Griffons, but at this point you sure don't want to get into the personal fouls and the things that come with it.
Absolutely, and we know this game sets the tone for the season, and the Griffons got it last year. I'd like to think that there's some guys on the Vikings that just aren't going to let that happen again.
Handoff, White carrying up the middle. White slips a tackle, and he'll get out to the 25-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. Third down coming up for Tarboro.
In terms of the Griffons offensively, I mean, we've seen some flashes of really good athleticism from Jones, and his passing looks great as well, but the Vikings in the backfield are just having their way with the Griffons.
The DBs for Tarboro are extremely active. They're not out there all trying to make the hero play. Get a hand on the ball, tip a ball. That gives your teammates a chance to do things. Tarboro very, very opportunistic early in this football game. All right, third down and 5. And there's a miscommunication. Lewis trying to go forward. He's going to pick up a couple of yards. It will bring up a 4th down.
You don't have to run the quarter.
And Tarboro does not have to run another play in this quarter. Looks like they're going to switch it off. Folks, real quick, let's take a moment to thank tonight's game sponsors. New Southern Loans. Folks, they got 2 locations to serve you in both Wilson and Tarboro. Personal auto loans apply today. The Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue. Dozens of locally owned shops inside. Trade It, also now open inside the small shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet at 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Telco Credit Union, Barlow Road in Tarboro, also in Greenville. Mortgages, refinancing, and home equity loans. Low interest rates, and check out their great auto refinance program. Telco.com, that's Telco Credit Union, and Edgecombe Community College leading the way, Edgecombe Community College. Folks, of course, our title sponsor, JR's Maintenance, Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support our student athletes. Folks, 1 quarter in the book here at Viking Stadium, and the Tarboro Vikings are holding serve. They lead at 14-0 over Rocky Mount. We'll have 4th down coming up when we come back for the 2nd quarter on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week, bringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
I just finished up my 2-year degree here at Edgecombe Community College. I received my Associate of Arts from here. Being here at ECC benefited me because of the smaller class sizes. I was able to get a lot of one-on-one time with my teachers, and I am getting my first 2 years of college ahead of time for very little money. I feel prepared to go to the University of Alabama as a junior because I've had such great people here helping me, and I feel like they have prepared me to go into whatever I do next.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you. Like our new car lineup featuring the roomy Equinox. Fit your lifestyle with security, tech, fuel efficiency, and affordability. Or check out the new Silverado, the truck most popular with first-time and veteran truck buyers. In every department, our knowledgeable and friendly staff is there for you. Born in the business, 3rd generation owner and manager on site to help you. Don Bullock Chevrolet, Rocky Mount.
Folks, welcome back on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. I'm Wes Bradshaw, joined tonight by Luke Robertson. We are on the top of the press box here at Viking Stadium. Great view of the field, a really pleasant evening here to watch high school football. And as we start the 2nd quarter, Tarboro are going to be punting it away. And the big man with the punt, it's not what you call a pretty punt. But they got a little bit of yardage out of it. Ball going to be spotted at the 45-yard line. So Rocky Mount with good field position to start. And Luke, a first quarter where a very opportunistic Tarboro defense has been the story of the football game.
Absolutely, and as we've touched on before, some guys on that watch list, Jamarian Dozier and Omarion Lewis, linebacker and defensive back, have really shown up tonight and are taking command of that backfield. Something I want to touch on a little bit is Jason Battle in an interview talked about how this year he wanted his upperclassmen to step up. He wanted his team to be less coach-led and more player-led, and I really need to see that from the Griffons now. They seem a little lost.
Well, Stephon Jones is your senior quarterback. He's the guy who's going to be the spearhead of it. Handoff on first down. Doesn't get much of anything for Elijah Battle. Jones, a 3rd-year starter at the quarterback position for Rocky Mount. That doesn't happen very often at Rocky Mount. But Jones, he's grown every year into the position. Came off a good junior campaign, looking to really build on it this year. He's shown us those flashes, some good runs. Unfortunately, one of them ended in a fumble. He's made some nice-looking throws, but two of them have been batted in the air and come away with interceptions. And, 3 turnovers in the first quarter. That's not a great way to start your season.
And let's give credit to the Viking coordinators for knowing what plays are coming and having guys there, as well as the instinctive plays by the players. This Tarboro defense has been incredibly impressive tonight.
Little stretch play there to Isaiah Silver. Silver going to fire forward. He picks up about, let's give him 3 yards on that play. 3rd down and 7 coming up.
3rd down and 7 for Rocky Mount.
And if I'm coaching the Griffons right now, I've got to do something to get my team motivated. You can tell that Tarboro, not only in the score has the upper hand, but in the feel of the game has the upper hand. They feel more confident right now. Rocky Mount seems a little down, so I've got to do something to get my guys going.
3rd down, Jones drops looking, Jones in trouble. And coming up with the sack is Tarboro. It's the big man, number 68. So I've lost my numbers. The big man, Xavier Massenberg. And 4th down, that'll bring out the Griffon punt team. And we will see the sophomore kicker with the big leg, Christian Buck, handling the punt duties this season.
As we've talked about before, we need to see leadership from the Griffon upperclassmen, and if I'm Jones getting sacked like that, I'm kind of getting discouraged.
He's going to have to keep his head about him in this ball game. Snap, bad snap. Buck does a good job to come up with it. Gets off a good punt, drops it inside the 20. It rolls, bounces off a couple of Griffons, and they're going to down it. Looks like about the 17-yard line. And Tarboro will take over 1st down. Really nice job there by Christian Buck. That ball got rolled to him. Didn't panic. Looked like he's been doing this for a long time. He's only a sophomore.
Yeah, really impressive poise from the punter there. A lot of other guys would kind of crumble in that situation.
Me being the great athlete I was, I would have been looking to run it. Yeah, take that one to the bank for you, folks.
We can't all be as talented as you, Wes.
Well, yeah. Great athletes. We're born, Luke.
Interested to see if Tarboro is going to keep this running game up and how the Griffons will respond.
All right, you've got White in the backfield. You've got Dozier. You've got McDaniels. And we have a flag down. And waiting for our call. Looks like it's going to be offside against Rocky Mount. 5-yarder. So you get the good punt, then you come out and you get the offside penalty. Rocky Mount have hurt themselves tonight.
Yeah, they're in a position where they need to capitalize on any good thing that happens, and the great punt by their punter there getting a little damaged by these penalties. And we're past the pre-game jitter penalty era. We need to get disciplined here.
Griffons did a good job on defense the last time up, and we've got another flag. I think you're going to get more movement up front on Rocky Mount. Well, let's check. All right, take it back. False start against Tarboro. So you give them 5. They lose the 5 back. Folks, Jamarian Dozier trotting off the field. He was bent over. Looked like he was in a little bit of pain. He is coming out of the ball game right now. That would definitely be a loss really on the defensive side. He has a pair of picks tonight.
Absolutely, and he's been impressive on both sides of the ball. So if I'm Tarboro, I want to see him get back up pretty quick.
All right, so let's start over. 1st and 10. Ball at the 17. Lewis under center. Turns around, hands it off to McDaniels. McDaniels going around left side. He'll get over the 20, out to about the 22-yard line. Gain of 5 on 1st down.
And as we've touched on before, we come into the game thinking Trayvon White is the main guy, and I've been very impressed by how they've spread the running game out, including Tremaine McDaniels and Mason Satterfield as well.
Well, that's one thing Tarboro has always done. They may have the stud running back, but they work in different running backs. Even when you had a Todd Gurley in the backfield, that third running back, that's what made them also dangerous, because you can't just focus in on one guy because there are multiple guys who will burn you. Ball on the ground, fumble.
That's on them. That's not on the quarterback.
Believe the Vikings came back up with it. Tarboro recovers. Third down coming up.
And I think speaking about the running game again is just what we've seen. The calling card of this Tarboro team is depth, and it's what I'm not seeing with the Griffons. I feel like they're putting a lot of pressure on their quarterback to get all the work done. So I'd like to see the ball being spread around a little bit on the Rocky Mount side of things.
Early on, that Tarboro defense has kind of taken away that ability for him to have that help.
That's true.
the other thing. That offensive line, they've got some big mollies up front on Rocky Mount. They've got some talent. They've got to start opening up some holes for their running backs. All right, third down, and let's call this 3rd and 7.
There he is, Dave.
Lewis, White out in front. Up over the 30, Tarboro going to pick up the first down. And when you've got a guy like Omarion Lewis in the backfield, that is always a threat for him just to break around the end and run for that first down.
I like the play call there, having guys out wide, thinking long ball is a possibility. Take away some of the pressure so that Lewis can get out and really run an open field.
Rocky Mount was bringing some backside pressure on that play, but
They got to play it out. Hold on. Bring the team real quick.
wasn't going to do anything. All right, Griffons have a player down, injury on the field. All right, first down for the Vikings after that nice run by Lewis. Griffon player did leave under his own power. Good thing to see. Handoff left side. And finding some running room going forward, Mason Satterfield, the sophomore.
Again, we see him do it again and again, spreading the love with the running game there, keeping the Griffons on their toes.
That's what they do. That's what you've got to do. Never be predictable. You basically know what you're going to get from the Tarboro offense. They're going to run the T. They're going to run the football. They're going to be faking. You've got to mix it up. You've got to keep people thinking. And once again, for an offense that's been run for 40-plus years, that it's still fresh and people still just can't come in and stop it, that says a lot about the kids. That says a lot about the preparation. Nice job by the Rocky Mount defense getting some pressure on the inside.
So Wes, talk to me as a guy who's had to defend this offense. If you're on that defense, what's going through your mind? How do you anticipate what they're going to do?
Well, first and foremost, as a defensive player, you've got to know your assignment. If your assignment is the A gap, if it's the B gap, whatever you're calling, whatever your terminology is, you've got to play that. At the same time, you're trying to figure out who has the football. That's what's so tough about this offense. You can be out there as a defensive player. As a lineman, I was a lineman. My job was a little easier. I was just there to plug a gap. I was a fat kid. I was just there to plug a gap. Linebackers have got to read. Defensive backs have got to read things. And when you've, A, got a talented guy on the other side running the ball, and B, you don't know where the ball is half the time, that's what makes life hard. Run up the middle. Nice hit by the Griffons. And a big stop on third down. That was Taquan Williams, the senior linebacker. 3-year starter for number 8. He's a darn good one for the Griffons. All right, that's going to bring out the Tarboro punt team. So for the second straight possession, Rocky Mount forces a punt. Maybe the Griffons have gotten some of those pregame jitters out.
Absolutely, and if I'm the offense, I want to give them a little boost here. Give this defense a rest so they can get back out and do it again. I'm interested to see how the Griffon offense is going to adjust.
Celio Alphonse, Elijah Battler back. Almost. Griffon's almost getting to the punter. It will take a Rocky Mount bounce. That is a much, much better punt this time around from the young man Massenberg. He put a good little boom into that.
Absolutely.
Folks, real quick, we're going to break. We're going to take a quick commercial timeout. We'll be back with more second quarter action here on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week ringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
I just finished up my 2-year degree here at Edgecombe Community College. I received my Associate of Arts from here. Being here at ECC benefited me because of the smaller class sizes. I was able to get a lot of one-on-one time with my teachers, and I am getting my first 2 years of college ahead of time for very little money. I feel prepared to go to the University of Alabama as a junior because I've had such great people here helping me, and I feel like they have prepared me to go into whatever I do next.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you. Like our new car lineup featuring the roomy Equinox. Fit your lifestyle with security, tech, fuel efficiency, and affordability. Or check out the new Silverado, the truck most popular with first-time and veteran truck buyers. In every department, our knowledgeable and friendly staff is there for you. Born in the business, third-generation owner and manager on site to help you. Don Bullock Chevrolet, Rocky Mount.
Folks, welcome back here on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Wes Bradshaw, Luke Robertson coming to you from Valhalla. We're at Viking Stadium. Rocky Mount trailing Tarboro 14-0 here in the second quarter. 5 minutes, 18 seconds to go. Griffons with the ball back. They need to put some points on the board. Hand off, right side. That doesn't go much of anywhere. Battle on the carry. He'll pick up a couple of yards. If
I'm Rocky Mount, this is the drive I want to put together here. I feel like this is the time in the game where they've really got to come alive and start turning the momentum around.
Also got to remember, Tarboro are going to receive the opening kickoff in the second half. So if you're Rocky Mount, as you said, now is the time. You've got to put some points on the board. Then you put some pressure on the Vikings coming in out of the halftime.
I've been impressed with the Tarboro defense. They've stopped the run, they've stopped the pass, they've stopped the quarterback. If I'm the Griffons, I'm struggling to figure out what to do right now.
Alphonse and Mitchell split out wide to the left. Handoff, battle, trying to get outside. Trayvon White wrapping him up at the 40. And a good open field tackle by Trayvon White. It looked like Battle was going to bounce off and pick up about 5 or 6 more yards, but instead he holds that to about a 3-yard gain. And Rocky Mount now 3rd and 5 coming up from their own 40-yard line.
Again, another guy getting it done on both sides. Trayvon White, a senior here for the Tarboro Vikings. Very impressed by the young man tonight.
All right, you hear the bells in the background. That's Tarboro's defense knowing it's time for them to ring that bell. Stack to the right, handoff, Battle, gets a block, kicks it outside. Battle going forward. He's going to have the first down. Flag flying in deep in the back. Battle needed 5. He got 7. Let's see what that flag is.
And an
it's
angry,
it's going to be a killer.
An angry run by Elijah Battle there. I like to see the fire behind it.
That's a heck of a run. Rocky Mount does not look happy what they're hearing from the officials. Oh, they're going to wave off the flag, pick it up. So the 7-yard gain is going to be enough. Ball out to the 48-yard line. First down, Griffons. 3:44 to go here in the first half. Rocky Mount trailing 14-0 to the Tarboro Vikings.
And if I'm the Griffons, that feels like a bit of a breakthrough to me. I love to see that run by Elijah Battle, and let's hope they can keep it up.
That was a physical set of downs that got Rocky Mountain that first down. Tarboro is going to be physical. You've got to show them that you can be physical back with them. Jones in shotgun. He's got a wing. Handoff. Battle. He'll get out to about the 50-yard line, gain a 2 on the play.
I don't hate the move to go right back to Battle, but I think they've got to be careful wearing him out. A guy who's clearly got some energy in him right now and some anger running the ball, but I don't want him to overdo it.
All right, under 3 to go here in the first half. Rocky Mount, they're still going to the huddle at this point. They have not kicked in a 2-minute offense quite yet. That means Jason Battle's feeling pretty good about what his team's doing. Isaiah Jones is a wing. Keeper, Stephon Jones trying to get outside. He is going through a few people. And a nice physical run by Jones on second down.
If the Griffons are going to run the ball, they're going to have to push it outside like that. You've got a guy like Joshua Bradley, number 65, coming in at 315, clogging up the middle. So he's a hard man to get by.
Bradley's a good one in the middle of that Tarboro defense. That is one thing gets overlooked a lot about Tarboro. They are always good through the middle. They always have some big kids who know how to play their assignments, and they are so hard to run against. And it looks like we got a flag on the play. That's most likely going to be a false start against Rocky Mount.
Yeah,
it will be, and that's a tough penalty.
As we talked about the early game jitter penalties, I think you start to see a lot of teams when they're trying to force momentum their way, they're trying to force points on the board. They play a little too aggressive and can get a little dumb when it comes to penalties.
3rd and 4 turns into 3rd and 9 now for Rocky Mount. Minute 53 to go. 2 receivers split left. He's got one to the right. High snap. Jones. Ball is loose. Ball still loose. Rocky Mount dives on it. And a promising drive comes to a screeching halt for Rocky Mount. Minute 40 left. Tarboro is still with all 3 of their timeouts.
If I'm Jason Battle, before the next practice, we're going to have a long, long talk about ball security.
Going to absolutely have to. Rocky Mount have been their own worst enemies tonight. All right, Christian Buck out to punt at minute 15. Rocky Mount going to take this down as far as they can, you would assume. We do not have a working play clock to go off of, unfortunately. All right, Buck, the snap. There is a stoppage. I believe we're going to have a flag, or what are we going to have here? Maybe a false start against Rocky Mount.
And we saw an impressive punt by Buck last time, so look for a big leg again.
Well, one thing that's got you worried from that first one was the snap.
Absolutely.
Okay, doesn't look like there was a flag. Looks like it was just officiating, stopping the play. 1:06, Rocky Mount going to play here. Clock runs. Tarboro holding on to those timeouts at the moment. Good snap to Buck. Buck gets it off. Solid punt. Takes a Rocky Mount bounce. Griffons letting it bounce down to the 23-yard line. 47 seconds, Tarboro will get the ball. Another good punt from Christian Buck. And the Rocky Mount defense now has a chance to really put their stamp on this second quarter. The first quarter was all about the Tarboro defense setting up their offense. The second quarter, the Rocky Mount defense has bit back a little bit. They have slowed down this Tarboro attack. They forced some punts. And now can they hold on for 47 seconds and get to the half?
Absolutely. I've been impressed these last few drives with the Rocky Mountain defense, kind of keeping the Vikings at bay. But as we said earlier, if you're the Griffons, you can't afford to make careless mistakes. And we've seen a couple turnovers, a couple fumbles. They've got to tighten up.
All right, Tarboro breaks huddle. Now, the one thing about Tarboro, we have seen their big playability already in this game. Rocky Mount cannot get too overly aggressive defensively. And Trayvon White going left side. He gains a couple of yards on the carry. Clock runs. Tarboro Honestly, Tarboro's going to run the play. They may be content to go to the house with this 14-0 lead.
And
We are not seeing a hurry up.
watching the running game here from Tarboro in the first half, you've got to appreciate what the O-line is doing up front. Just huge holes for the running backs to run through.
Hand off left side.
Let's take it to the quarter. Take it to the quarter. 10 seconds. Take it to the quarter.
And McDaniel's going to get the carry. Looks like Tarboro's pointing to the locker room. They are going to go to the half with a 14-0 lead here on the game of the week. Folks, big thanks to tonight's game sponsors. New Southern Loans, Small Shops Mall, Don Bullock Chevrolet, the Telco Credit Union, and Edgecombe Community College. Luke, let's take a moment. Let's talk a little bit about this first half. Rocky Mount came out, looked like offensively they were going to get something going, but then the turnovers have just been brutal in the first half of the Griffons.
Yeah, I think surprisingly so. It looks like the Griffons have been a little surprised at how good the Vikings are on defense, and they're shutting them down in the passing game and the running game. It looks like Rocky Mount got a little desperate. A lot of pressure on their quarterback from Tarboro's defense, and let's give credit to the coaches from the Vikings for the coverage calls and being able to shut down that Rocky Mount offense.
And on the offensive side for Tarboro, they come out after the first two turnovers. They come right down the field. They score. They get the big pass play. Then they have more of what you would call a traditional Tarboro-style drive where they just run the ball down Rocky Mount's throat. After that, though, this Griffon defense has been able to stiffen up some in the second quarter.
Absolutely. You know, I think knowing that Tarboro T style of offense, when you see that long ball on the first drive, it can kind of rattle you. And then I go back to the three guys we've been talking about the rest of the first half, Jermaine McDaniels, Trayvon White, and Mason Satterfield getting it done in the running game.
All right, folks, there's your halftime analysis. I'm very glad that I have Luke Robertson, folks, because y'all know I'm not big on talking at halftime too much. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, by the magic of television, you're going to see the third quarter kickoff. We are here at Viking Stadium. It is a beautiful Friday night. It is the start of the 2022 high school football season. It's Tarboro, it's Rocky Mount, and you're watching it right here on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. We'll be right back.
The JR's Maintenance WHIG TV High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you in part by New Southern Loans. Personal and auto loans apply today. 2 locations to serve you. 2405 West Nash Street, Wilson, and 2226 North Main Street in Tarboro. JR's Maintenance, Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall and 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside. Trade It, now open inside Small Shop. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Telco Credit Union. Telco Credit Union, with locations in Tarboro and Greenville, offers mortgage refinancing and home equity loans with low interest rates. And check out their great auto refinance program, located at 720 Barlow Road in Tarboro. And Edgecombe Community College.
All right, guys, welcome back to the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week here on WHIG TV. Viking Stadium is the scene as we kick off the 2022 season. Wes Bradshaw, Luke Robertson, we are bringing you the action tonight. The 2022 Game of the Week team. Folks, we are enjoying ourselves. It is a gorgeous night. Looks like, knock on wood, that rain's going to stay off, folks. It is not hot. It is not humid. You can't ask for a better night of football. And we've got a good matchup. Tarboro, Rocky Mount. And Griffin's going to be kicking off to start the second half. They trail 14-0. The Rocky Mount defense, though, in the second quarter came alive, held Tarboro off the board. And if they want to stay in this football game, they're going to have to do it to start the third quarter, Luke.
Yeah, very, very interested to see the offensive response from Rocky Mount this half. Like you said, their defense was getting it done towards the end of the first half, but the offense has got to get it going.
All right, Christian Butt kicking it off. And here we go on the return, Jamarion Dozier. Dozier's got the sideline. Dozier cuts inside, he's over the 50. Dozier over the 40. And he's finally taken down from behind. Coach Jamarian Dozier has done a little bit of everything tonight. A pair of interceptions. The big kickoff return. He's run the football. He's done a little bit of it all. He is definitely, I think, in the running to be the player of the game tonight if Tarboro is able to hold on to this one.
Yeah, we've heard his name a lot on both sides of the ball. We were speaking to one of the coaches during the break, making an argument that he is one of the most athletic people on the field, maybe the best athlete in the game.
And he just showed it off right there. Looks like we have a penalty coming after the play. I missed the call. I missed the call. Penalty did go against Rocky Mount. So ball going to be spotted at the 29-yard line. And now the Rocky Mount defense immediately coming out. They are under pressure 11 seconds into this half. As Tarboro led by their junior quarterback, Omarion Lewis.
Yeah, this Griffon defense is doing the best they can, but they're taking hits from every other side of the ball. So let's see if they can respond as they have been.
Griffons need something to try to flip this momentum. Lewis has Tremaine McDaniels, Trayvon White, and Mason Satterfield behind him. The venerable Tarboro T. Some movement up front, handoff, that's Satterwhite. And Satterwhite going to pick up about a yard. Let's give him 2 yards on that. And second down. Tarboro coming off their second consecutive state championship. They won the state championship in the COVID spring season and then turned around and won it in the fall. So 2 football state titles in 1 calendar year. That is pretty unprecedented.
Absolutely, and like we've touched on a lot before tonight, the Griffons handed them their only loss last season, so there's a lot of heart behind this game to go ahead and start 1-0.
Hand off left side, McDaniels. He shakes, he bakes. He's going to find his way forward for a Viking first down. Ball at the 15-yard line.
And if I'm the Griffons, I'm getting a little worried. My biggest strong suit tonight has been that defense in the later half of the first half, and looks like they're getting worn down a little bit.
All right, Vikings getting the call in from the sideline. Here they come. Trayvon White in the center of that Tarboro T. He's flanked by Satterfield and McDaniels. Lewis rolling to his right. Lewis has a man wide open in the end zone, doesn't see him. He is going to keep himself. He'll get out to about the 10-yard line. Folks, he had Isaiah Jones as tight end running across the back of the end zone with no one within about 15 yards of him.
Yeah.
Lewis with the keeper does get good yardage on it and brings up second down.
Looks like Lewis, when he took the snap, already knew what he was going to do with the ball. Also give credit to the pressure given by the Griffon defense there.
They didn't give him much time to operate, but the young man got out there, had a nice pickup. Folks, Rocky Mount, an ambitious non-conference schedule. We'll touch on that momentarily. We'll take a look at both teams' non-conference schedules. Lewis, handoff, White. White picks up a few yards on the carry. We'll bring up, I believe they're going to be short of the first down.
We've had a few explosive plays from the Vikings, but really their overall approach kind of feels like death by 1,000 cuts. I mean, you're getting multiple guys running the ball, like we've said, those 3 backs. If I'm the Griffon defense, I'm worn out.
Lewis comes to the line 9 minutes ago. Handoff right side. Walking in the end zone. Put 6 on the board, Viking fans. That is a Tarboro touchdown. Mason Satterfield cruising in from 7 yards out. And Tarboro in control of this football game. It's 20-0, extra point pending.
I've been very impressed by number 24, Mason Satterfield, tonight. Again, like you said, they've got multiple running backs that can do it, but he's really impressed me. We talked to a coach during the break saying how effective he is at center field on the baseball field as well. So an athletic young man, and he's getting some great plays tonight.
All right, Craddock out to attempt the extra point. And this time, Cole Craddock, a beautiful extra point. Extra point is good. 8:55 to go in the third quarter. Tarboro takes the opening kickoff. They move down the field. They lead it 21-0 over Rocky Mount. Let's take a quick commercial break, folks. We'll be back with more third quarter action on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week bringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
I just finished up my 2-year degree here at Edgecombe Community College. I received my Associate of Arts from here. Being here at ECC benefited me because of the smaller class sizes. I was able to get a lot of one-on-one time with my teachers, and I am getting my first 2 years of college ahead of time for very little money. I feel prepared to go to the University of Alabama as a junior because I've had such great people here helping me, and I feel like they have prepared me to go into whatever I do next.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you. Like our new car lineup featuring the roomy Equinox. Fit your lifestyle with security, tech, fuel efficiency, and affordability. Or check out the new Silverado, the truck most popular with first-time and veteran truck buyers. In every department, our knowledgeable and friendly staff is there for you. Born in the business, third-generation owner and manager on site to help you. Don Bullock Chevrolet, Rocky Mount.
All right, folks, back on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week. Tarboro leading the Griffons of Rocky Mount by a score of 21-0. We got 8:55 to go here in the third quarter. Rocky Mount getting in a pretty desperate moment here. They have got to get something going offensively.
Absolutely. If I'm the Griffons, I'm in desperation mode right now. Tarboro has looked like the better team, the more disciplined team. Now more than ever, the Griffons can't make any little mistakes.
Kickoff fielded by 23 for Rocky Mount. I don't have them on a roster. Decent return. Griffons will take the ball over the 36-yard line. There is a flag down, and let's back it up. It's going to be holding against Rocky Mount. So now when Rocky Mount desperately needs something, a bad penalty, certainly not helping them. All right, folks, looking around the conference, we told you we're talking a little bit about these non-conference. Rocky Mount, next week, they host Northeastern out of Elizabeth City, one of the preeminent 2A powerhouses in the state. Week after that, a trip to Edenton to take on Holmes High School, and then they wrap up the non-conference with a home game against Goldsboro before starting the conference season away at Bunn. Looking at Tarboro's non-conference, Hertford County on the road next week. Then they play a pair of inter-county games at North Edgecombe and then home to end their non-conference season with that old team from the other end of the county, Southwest Edgecombe. Jones' throw is just a little underthrown. Bryson Phillips unable to come up with it. Second down coming up. That will be the next time we will see this Viking team in person, is when they host the Southwest Edgecombe Cougars. Southwest, not looking too good for them early in the season. Carter Varnell's group, They're down 35-0 to Northern Nash at halftime. Now, that said, I don't know what that says about Southwest. Northern Nash, one of the better 3A teams in the state this year. That's a group who looks like they're ready to take the next step. But still, that's a tough way to start the season for Southwest Edgecombe.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of coverage on Northern Nash saying their quarterback and their offense are going to be a force to be reckoned with this season, so I'm excited to watch them.
Another one of those teams, they bring back a lot from last year. Jones looking to throw. He's got Phillips. And Stephon Jones could not have put the ball better onto Bryson Phillips than he did. And on a 2nd down and long, when you need something to go your way, to just have a drop. That's just a straight-up drop.
Something we've talked about time and time again tonight is ball security from the Griffons, and it's something they're going to have to focus on in practice because it's been a huge problem here tonight.
It was a good route. It was a good throw. It was there. You're not breaking anything there, but that's a good 7-8 yard pickup. That gives you 3rd and 2. Instead, you're sitting 3rd and 10. Tarboro can pin their ears back and come right now.
Absolutely. Stephon Jones, again, has made some great athletic plays, but he's not getting a lot of support from the rest of his team.
Jones looking to throw. Jones has to throw off his back foot. That ball's well overthrown. Out of play. Jones takes a hit on the play. 4th down. Rocky Mountain had to punt it away. And at this point, the Griffons have to start wondering, are we about to get run out of the building?
Yeah, credit again to this Viking defense. Their D-backs have been sticking with their receivers, not giving them any open field. Credit to this defense.
Folks, we're going to run down our entire season schedule for you before the night's out. Just know next week we travel to Wilson County, Fike, the Golden Demons hosting the aforementioned Knights of Northern Nash. So we'll get a chance to see this highly touted Northern Nash squad in person next week. Officials stoppage of play on the field. They may have had an equipment issue with one of the Griffon players.
Yeah, Wes, an interesting story I read today. Both mayors from Rocky Mount and Tarboro had a bet on this game. Tate Mayo and Sandy Robertson bet that if Tarboro won the game, a win by Rocky Mount would mean a donation by Tate Mayo to the Boys and Girls Club of the Tar River region, and a victory by Tarboro means a donation to the Tarboro Community Foundation. So it's nice to see some fun in local government there, basically wagering a little bit of a charity donation on the game.
Right now, the way it's looking, Mayor Sandy better get the checkbook out.
Absolutely.
Because the Tarboro Vikings, I cannot tell you the last time I saw Tarboro take a 3-score lead and not close it out. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, really the storyline of the night, I think, is what we've talked about. There's a lot of guys on this Tarboro team who played in that game last year where they lost to the Griffons, and I don't think they're going to let that happen again.
All right. Ball at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 for Tarboro. Lewis, handoff, 3rd man through. That's McDaniels. McDaniels, nice run on 1st down. He's going to get another 1st down.
Again, I'm just constantly impressed with this running back core for the Vikings. We've got Tremaine McDaniels with another great run after the touchdown run by Mason Satterfield.
Spreading it around, that is the Tarboro way. You can have that premier go-to guy, but there are so many other kids out there who are talented, can carry the football for this Tarboro team, know the offense, know what they're supposed to do. Handoff, that's White. White, he's going down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by Rocky Mount getting in, taking him down.
And if I'm the Rocky Mount defense, I'm honestly getting to a point of frustration. You're not getting a lot of support from special teams, from your offense. I'd be reaching a breaking point if I was on this Rocky Mount defense.
For Rocky Mount, that was Joshua Perkins, the junior defensive end, coming up on the play. Second down and 11. And off, McDaniels bouncing off a couple of guys. Another nice run from McDaniels.
And again, let's give credit to this Tarboro line, really doing a lot of great work tonight. The silent heroes up front.
The big nasties.
The good thing if you're Tarboro, I mean, you're not scrambling to figure out what to do next. You know, what they've been doing has been working. Run the ball, maybe go long here and there, but they've kept this defense on their toes the whole time.
Movement up front, if that's going to be on Rocky Mount, that's going to be an automatic first down for Tarboro. It will be encroachment against the Griffons.
Again, what I talked about earlier, you get this Griffon team in a desperation mode. You've got guys wanting to be the hero, wanting to make the big play, can get kind of undisciplined, especially up front.
And that was 3rd down and 4. That should have been one Rocky Mount felt pretty good about their defensive call. Instead, 1st and 10. Vikings handoff.
That's it, baby.
Ooh, looked like that ball almost came out. Tarboro holding on to it. That was Dozier on the carry. And he continues his big night.
First down.
And it looks like he did get enough for a first down. Nice sticks move. 6 minutes to go. We have a Griffon down on the play. All right, back from the injury timeout, the young man from Rocky Mount, Samarjay Mitchell, helped off the field. Hopefully just cramping up here early in the season. All right, here we go. Tarboro T. Kind of a stretch play going out to the right. And put 6 on the board, Viking fans. That is a Tarboro touchdown. 13 yards out for Jamarian Dozier. And the Vikings starting to run away with this football game. They lead at 27-0. Cole Craddock out for the extra point pending.
Again, folks, we told you, you're not about to stop hearing Jamarian Dozier's name. He's a great player, and he continues to get it done.
We have seen 4 guys, not including the quarterback Amarian Lewis, really carrying the weight tonight for Tarboro. And when you can spread it out among that group, get ready. Get ready, 1A football. It ain't getting any easier for you. Snap. Oh, bad snap. Throw. And intercepted on the 2-point conversion. But all that means is 2-point conversion is no good. 5:37 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Tarboro at 27, Rocky Mount 0. We'll have that kickoff here in just a moment. Right, Vikings set for the kickoff. 27-0, they lead Rocky Mount. 5:37 to go here in the 3rd quarter tonight of the game of the week. The kickoff to the 2022 season. And, folks, we're going to give you a preview of the 2022 season here momentarily. Elijah Battle up with it. Battle finds a hole. Battle fires through the hole. Battle has some open field. He's going to be out near midfield.
Yeah, Battle's a guy that's had a few aggressive runs tonight. Been really impressive when he gets in open field. I'd love to see him get the ball more.
Let's take a look at Rocky Mount tonight. Well, there's a flag on the play, so that's going to come back. Rocky Mount hurting themselves again with the flags. Actually, look, going forward to the Griffons, we mentioned it, Northeastern next week. That's going to be a tall mountain for Rocky Mountain to climb. After that, schedule thins out a little bit. Not to take anything away from Eatonton Homes. Goldsboro, Bunn, Nash Central the next time we'll see the Griffons. Roanoke Rapids. Those are all very winnable games for Rocky Mount going into their matchup in Bailey against Southern Nash. That game won't come until October. Rocky Mount just needs to take this tonight, build off of their mistakes, understand what they've got to adjust, and just get better. That's all you can do. Just get better.
You could call it a character-building first game for the Griffons.
And it's, Jason Battle talking about those upperclassmen are going to have to be the coaches of this team. They're going to have to take control. Well, how do you deal with adversity? Because Rocky Mount's hit some adversity. Carry over right side, Isaiah Silver, not going to get too much. All right, folks, we said we were going to tell you the WHIG TV Game of the Week schedule. Rocky Mount Tarboro, as you see, kicking it off. Next week, we travel to Buddy Bedgood Stadium. the Dr. Tyson Jeanette Field. Fike hosting the Knights of Northern Nash. The week after, we head down to Firebird Country. Southern Nash hosting those same Fike Golden Demons. Week after, we will be right back up here in our perch. Tarboro hosting Southwest Edgecombe. We'll get back to that in a moment. Jones under center. Jones handoff. Ooh, that's going nowhere. Good penetration up front by Tarboro. And Battle gets his helmet knocked off there. Folks, a week after that, back to Firebird Country as Nash Central will head to Southern Nash as we'll kick off our conference coverage. Folks, after that, we have a bye week because we need a break too, by golly. Everybody else gets one. Wes Bradshaw said, I need a bye week this year, Sandra, so I'm getting a bye week. After that, folks, we come back, a fully refreshed Wes and Luke will come back as Rocky Mount will host Nash Central. The week after, we'll see those same Bulldogs. Wow, we have 3 straight Nash Central games this year. Can't say we're not covering them. They will host Northern Nash. Woo, man, we're getting 3 tough Nash Central games, too. After that, Rocky Mount at Southern Nash at Northern Nash, and we end the season that Wilson County rivalry, Fike and Hunt. Jones looking to throw. Jones holds on to it. He escapes, gets a block out front. Jones going to run to the first down. Nice block out there from one of his wide receivers. Sprung him for the extra yardage to get the first down.
And the
Griffon should move the sticks.
The Griffon quarterback's shown us a lot of athleticism tonight. He's great on the run. Had a little trouble with ball security at the beginning. And going back to the first play of this drive, I mentioned I'd like to see Elijah Battle run the ball a little more. But I think you've got to be careful when you're in this situation not to give him careless runs and careless touches, because you don't want one of your best players to get hurt in a game that you don't have much of a chance of winning.
Jones drops. Jones throws out to his receiver. Nice catch and nice little run after by DeMarje Mitchell. You know, that's been a play that Rocky Mount has had some success with tonight. That swing stretch play where they can get it out to some of their athletes in space. Now, Tarboro does a very good job of tackling in the open field. They're very good in the defensive secondary. I think that's a play you could see going forward from Rocky Mount this year where they should have some success.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think at this point in the game, Tarboro is a little more comfortable giving them that cushion. I think they're okay with letting that play happen given the current score.
Handoff Battle right side. He's going to lose yardage. Bring up third down.
And I think it's a huge credit to this Tarboro defense, because we've seen how fast Elijah Battle is. We've seen how good of a runner he is. The fact that they can get to him and get to him quick and not let him gain any yardage is incredibly impressive.
It's under 3 to go here in the third quarter. I don't want to get on this too early, but this is a Tarboro defense that prides themselves on keeping a 0 on the scoreboard. We've seen many of them here on the Game of the Week. If Rocky Mount can't get something going, might be another one. Battle slips a tackle. Oh, look at Trayvon White running all the way with him. White with the tackle.
Absolutely, like you said, Wes, they like to keep that goose egg on the scoreboard. As we've mentioned many times tonight, last season, Rocky Mount held them to a goose egg, and you've got guys like Omarion Lewis, Jamarian Dozier, and Joshua Bradley who were playing in that game last year, and they want vengeance against this Griffon squad.
All right, Rocky Mount looking like they're keeping the offense out on fourth down. Let's see what the Griffons can dial up here on fourth down, see if they can keep the sticks moving.
Yeah, I don't hate the move right here to go for it. I do wonder what position this could put your defense in if it goes south.
Jones under pressure. Jones rolling out to his right. Jones has some running room. He's got the first down and a little more. I don't see any flags on the field. I hate to say it. I'm always kind of keeping an eye out at this point. All right, nice run by Stephon Jones, and that will move the sticks. Keep Rocky Mount in possession. Give him a fresh set of downs.
Again, another impressive athletic play by the Griffon quarterback. He was bound to convert there. We've seen a lot of great flashes from him tonight, and it's good to see him get a first down.
Ball on the 47-yard line.
You desperately need to put a drive together here if you're a Rocky Mount. You need to rely on this offense and do what they do best. Let's not get desperate. Let's stay disciplined.
And we're going to have a flag before the play, and that is just not what you want to do.
Again, theme of the night for the Griffons here is careless mistakes, so we'll see how this one shakes out.
False start against Rocky Mount.
5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
It's clear to me that Tarboro is the more disciplined team. I mean, we look at the penalties and the turnovers tonight, most all of them falling in the Griffons' lap, and Tarboro seems to stay disciplined on the D-line, the O-line, and ball security.
When you're winning in those facets of the football game, then you look at the scoreboard and you're like, okay, I get it.
Makes sense.
First and 15, Jones throws over the middle. Battle with a huge bit of running room. There is going to be a flag down. Battle picks up about 13 yards on the catch and run. But
there was a flag on the play. Flag in the back. It's the call once again against Rocky Mount.
lock in the back against Rocky Mount. So the Griffons giveth, the Griffons taketh away at the same time.
Again, Wes, the story of the night here. Another great play erased by a Griffon penalty. I love that look. Elijah Battle catching passes downfield, wide open in the middle. Great play call by the Griffons. But again, the lack of discipline puts them right back almost to where they were.
So they basically net about a yard and a half out of that. Disappointing for Rocky Mount.
I'd love to see that look again with Elijah Battle catching some passes. He's certainly got the quickness to beat people in open field. So let's see what they do here.
Jones takes the handoff, does give it up the middle. Folks, taking a look around right now as we're under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Looks like we're going to have a battle of 1-0 teams next week. Fike handling Beddingfield tonight. Northern Nash up 38-0 on Southwest Edgecombe last we saw that game in the third quarter. We'll see if we can have you a final by the end of it. Of course, by the time you're watching this, I mean, you already know what happened, but humor me, folks, humor me. $15 seconds. Rocky Mount got one more play to run. Snap. Jones looks to throw. Has a man. Caught. Taking the big hit is Celio Alphonse. And that's a big first down for Rocky Mount. Nice throw. Nice catch. Alphonse knew the hit was coming from Lewis. He took it. And if nothing else, that's a nice confidence builder as the third quarter comes to an end. Folks, big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, New Southern Loans, Small Shops Mall, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Telco Credit Union, Edgecombe Community College, and of course your title sponsor, JR's Maintenance. Folks, timeout on the field, timeout up here. We're going to bring it back to you for the start of the fourth quarter momentarily on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week bringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
I just finished up my 2-year degree here at Edgecombe Community College. I received my Associate of Arts from here. Being here at ECC benefited me because of the smaller class sizes. I was able to get a lot of one-on-one time with my teachers, and I am getting my first 2 years of college ahead of time for very little money. I feel prepared to go to the University of Alabama as a junior because I've had such great people here helping me, and I feel like they have prepared me to go into whatever I do next.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you. Like our new car lineup featuring the roomy Equinox. Fit your lifestyle with security, tech, fuel efficiency, and affordability. Or check out the new Silverado, the truck most popular with first-time and veteran truck buyers. In every department, our knowledgeable and friendly staff is there for you. Born in the business, third-generation owner and manager on site to help you. Don Bullock Chevrolet, Rocky Mount.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Jarvis Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week. Fourth quarter action kicking off here from Viking Stadium. Rocky Mount having one of their best looking drives of the night against Tarboro. A handoff, second man through Isaiah Silver.
That last play from the Griffons of the third quarter, I like how they're pushing it downfield. It's not a desperate Hail Mary. It's not a careless play. It's a calculated play to push it downfield and convert to a first down. I'd like to see more of that.
And not only that, but that's a play you get a little bit of confidence running in a game against a team like Tarboro. You break that out later in the season, and perhaps it's in a bigger moment of a bigger game, and it's a real big play for you. Got to get those reps, got to get those good catches. Jones, keeper, he's got room running around left side. He's going to have a first down and a little more. Nice slip of a tackle. He goes forward down about the 20-yard line. So at the 11-16 mark here in the fourth quarter, Rocky Mount trailing 27-0. But, man, they have not given up.
Yeah, I think that catch at the end of the third quarter, as little as it may seem, has given them a lot of confidence. I think they needed to see someone catch a ball and hang on to it and convert a first down. And this last play was a great example of the Griffon quarterback making a smart decision to run the ball to the outside and convert again.
Not only that, you're doing it against – this is Tarboro's first-team defense. And we've talked about Tarboro. They hang their hat on those shutouts. They desperately want to keep Rocky Mount out of the end zone here. Jones breaks containment again, slides over the 20. Trayvon White, first man in to hit him.
As good as this Tarboro defense has been all night, let's give credit to the Rocky Mount offense. They're wearing them down just a little bit, and I think this may be the wake-up call this defense needs to kick it back into gear and keep that goose egg on the board.
Don't forget, for Tarboro, this is a team, they do play a lot of these guys both ways, so they have been on the field a lot tonight. You've got, Trayvon White, you've got Lewis, you've got a lot of guys who've been out there for a lot of plays. Jones, snap. Jones looking to throw. Jones, he's going to the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for Alphonse. I believe that ball sailed on him a little bit. I think what they wanted to do was get Alphonse in front of that defensive back and turn into a jump ball. Alphonse, 6'2", 180 pounds. He's a good athlete. He can climb upstairs and pull a ball down.
A great defensive coverage by the Vikings there. I do like that play call from Rocky Mount to get Alphonse one-on-one. We just saw him make an impressive catch earlier. So I like the play call there, and let's see what they go with here.
He's got about a 4-inch height difference on number 4, Shamardre Clark. Clark had good position, though, on that. Third down and long.
Just another example of how disciplined this Tarboro team is on the defensive side of the ball to get that good defensive positioning and keep Alphonse from catching that ball.
Jones, Battle. Oh, Battle is hit near the line. Ooh, big hit from Tarboro's defensive lineman. Jaquavius Brinson and Jamarian Dozier getting together on that one. And fourth down, I'd have no doubts to see Rocky Mount go for this. Unless you just want to give Christian Buck a long field goal attempt. But
absolutely. I think if you're the Griffons, you've got to go for it. And I'd like to see them use Elijah Battle in a little bit of a different way. We saw him catch a pass here earlier, and he was really effective in open field. So I'd like to see a little more of that.
Martavius Hart is split out wide to the right. DeMarjay Mitchell's in the slot. And Jason Battle wants to talk it over with his offense. Timeout on the field, 9:15 to go. That timeout, let's see what they can pull out on 4th down. Trying to get into the end zone, give themselves some confidence going forward in the season. Throw, he's got a man open. Put 6 on the board, Griffon fans. That is a Rocky Mount touchdown. 17 yards from Jones to Alphonse. And Rocky Mount has broken the seal on this Tarboro defense. Tarboro not going to be happy about this. You can see Jeff Craddock on the field. He's got hands on hips. He's not happy with his defense. That was a breakdown in coverage. Really nice route from Alphonse. A really nice throw from Jones.
I like to see him targeting the big receiver, Alphonse, again, going man-to-man, and it worked out for him this time. I love the play call.
All right, Christian Buck on to attempt the extra point. Snap, hold, Buck's kick is up. And Christian the boot Buck knocks it through. 9:12 to go here in the 4th quarter of the ball game. Rocky Mount are on the board. They trail Tarboro 27-7. Folks, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the conclusion of tonight's ball game on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG.
You're watching the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week, brought to you in part by New Southern Loans, JR's Maintenance, Small Shop Small, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Telco Credit Union, and Edgecombe Community College. Now let's get back to the high school football game of the week, the Rocky Mount Griffons versus the Tarboro Vikings.
First game of 2022. Tarboro leading Rocky Mount by a score of 27-7. Griffons are on the board. A little pooch kick down the middle. That takes a funky bounce. And not a lot of running room there for Mason Satterfield. And Tarboro will take over. Folks, big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, New Southern Loans, the Small Shops Mall on Sunset Avenue, Don Bullock Chevrolet, doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet, Telco Credit Union, Edgecombe Community College, and of course tonight's title sponsor, JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services.
I love that last drive by the Griffons. It was encouraging to see them put a drive together, run quality plays, and that veteran leadership stepped up in the quarterback, Jones. So I'm excited to see their defense finally get a boost from the offense. But this Tarboro offense has been doing it all night, so the Griffon defense has got to respond again.
All right, Vikings out in the familiar tee. Handoff, first man up the middle, finding some running room, still on his feet, breaking the big one. Finally taken down is Satterfield after a long run. And that's what happens when you get a little too comfortable with that Tarboro tee. They can break one, they can break it at any time. And that is the first big run of the night for Tarboro. And it is the shifty, quick Mason Satterfield.
He scored a touchdown tonight already. We've talked about him multiple times. He's very quick, and he's only a sophomore, so the Vikings are going to have this guy for years to come.
.52 yards is the official number on that run from Satterfield. And Lewis, looks like a miscommunication somewhere. Lewis holds on to it. Lewis fires his way forward. There is going to be a flag in the backfield. That normally is in what you would call the holding territory. But I will reserve judgment until the white hat tells us exactly what happened.
Yeah, I think this Tarboro T offense can randomly lend itself to some miscommunication in the backfield sometimes. You got to rely on your quarterback to make a good split-second decision and gain some yards.
Well, it's a penalty against Tarboro.
The Vikings haven't taken too many penalties tonight. It looks like there is a holding call on the Vikings now. They have been the more disciplined team throughout tonight. The Griffons have taken most of the penalties.
I'm going to tell you, penalty-wise, I'm very impressed with Tarboro. early in the season, a lot of times from Tarboro teams, you will see a lot of the penalties, and it's the sloppy ones that you know they'll fix as the season goes on. Handoff, left side. Very nice run from Tremaine McDaniels, and that was one of those slow developing runs for Tarboro. McDaniels, last man through, and he just exploded. But usually you'll see Tarboro, it'll be false starts. It'll be a holding penalty here and there. It'll be a guy who's lined up in the wrong place. We haven't really seen that tonight, which shows this Tarboro team may be a little ahead of where they usually are early in the season. And that's terrifying if you're an opponent, because at least usually you can be like, well, they'll get about 7 or 8 penalties. Nah, that ain't happening tonight.
Exactly.
This Tarboro team looks sharp. They look sharp early.
They knew they had to come out and win this game, given the Griffons were their only loss last season, and to do it in a disciplined manner is incredibly impressive.
Handoff left side, and it looks like White is going to be short of the first down. White loses his hat. And Trayvon White, none the too happy about losing his helmet. No gain on the play will bring up third down. And we had a Griffon player losing his helmet as well, so both having to come off the field. Got to come out for a play. Clock runs 7:15. Handoff left side. First down, McDaniel and more. He's going to be down to around the 5-yard line. Luke, this is one of those, all right, you scored. Now we're going to put this football game away officially. This is one of those kind of drives from Tarboro. They're just running it down Rocky Mount's road at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And to that point, I think a big point is not only does it keep the defense on their toes, not knowing which running back is going to get the ball, but it also keeps Tarboro's running backs' legs fresh when one guy is not running the ball every time. We see on the opposite side of the ball, Elijah Battle is running the ball over and over again and getting stuffed. It's a huge advantage for the Vikings to have fresh legs on each run.
Bruce Shipman is in at the fullback position. White's still on the sideline after losing his helmet. Handoff. I believe Satterfield got that one. Every now and then you watch Tarboro long enough, they'll lose you with the ball.
Yeah, and credit to this Griffon defense. I know that Tarboro's gotten some big plays and some long yardage, but they really have been impressive tonight against an offense as good as Tarboro. This Griffon defense has been impressive.
I think Rocky Mount has definitely shown some signs that there are things to build on coming into this season. A lot of new starters on that defense for Rocky Mount. A lot of inexperience at this level, guys. And I kind of agree with you. I don't think they've done too bad considering the team they're playing and the situation they've kind of run into tonight.
See, they don't even know he got the ball.
I have no idea who has the football.
All right. He's on the 1 yard.
It was White on the carry. There's one thing West Bradshaw won't do. I will not lie to you. I don't know who had the football there. They have faked me out of my boots a couple times on this drive.
Speaks to the excellence of the Tarboro team. We've got a great vantage point, and even up here, folks, we can't tell who's got the ball.
Sometimes that ball just disappears on you. Hand off, believe that's White up the middle. Put 6 on the board, Viking fans. That's a Tarboro touchdown. Trayvon White from a yard out. And with 5:09 remaining in this ball game, Tarboro putting an exclamation point on the night.
And again, Tarboro spreading the love. Another guy getting a touchdown. Multiple players getting touchdowns. It's not just one guy doing it. An impressive drive again by the Vikings.
Had the 52-yard run in there from Satterfield. And White puts it to bed with a 1-yard run. Tarboro going to go for 2, once again chasing an earlier missed extra point.
Well,
Hand off, no, keeper Lewis. And Lewis will get into the end zone for the two-point conversion. It's good. 35-7, Tarboro leads at 5:09 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week bringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
I just finished up my 2-year degree here at Edgecombe Community College. I received my Associate of Arts from here. Being here at ECC benefited me because of the smaller class sizes. I was able to get a lot of one-on-one time with my teachers, and I am getting my first 2 years of college ahead of time for very little money. I feel prepared to go to the University of Alabama as a junior because I've had such great people here helping me, and I feel like they have prepared me to go into whatever I do next.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you. Like our new car lineup featuring the roomy Equinox. Fit your lifestyle with security, tech, fuel efficiency, and affordability. Or check out the new Silverado, the truck most popular with first-time and veteran truck buyers. In every department, our knowledgeable and friendly staff is there for you. Born in the business, third-generation owner and manager on site to help you. Don Bullock Chevrolet, Rocky Mount.
All right, folks, 5:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. Tarboro in command, 35-7. They're going to be kicking it back off to Rocky Mount. And there is Massenberg's kick, fielded by one of the Griffon Up men. Still on his feet. Rocky Mount have had some success in the return game tonight.
Regardless of how much they're up, the Vikings are not taking their foot off the gas, going for two there on that last drive. You got to respect it. The team that took the loss, their only loss last year from Rocky Mount.
Tarboro coming out tonight. They are putting down an early marker to the rest of the 1A ranks. It says, guess what? We're back. We ain't gone anywhere. Not that you thought we did, but we still haven't gone anywhere.
And despite the deficit, I'm impressed with the drive that the Griffons had to come back and get 7 on the board.
And now going to try to do it again. Jones rolling out to his right. Jones, a man his face, throws it away and does get it out of bounds. Stefan under pressure, and that was number 50, Trakevius Jones, 6'6", 275 pounds. That's a big dude in the middle of your defense.
Yeah, the Griffon quarterback doesn't have a lot of time to get rid of the ball. It's a good thing he's mobile, but so is Tarboro.
And set Jones looking to throw. Jones down the middle. Another nice catch from Alphonse. Again, working the middle of the field. That's where Rocky Mount has had their success tonight when they've been able to throw the football.
Jones has found his go-to receiver for tonight, and I'd say keep doing it. Alphonse is an impressive receiver. He's got height on his matchup. I don't see why you stop now.
He's run some good routes, especially here later in the ball game. Clock running 4.5 to go. Jones, fake, keep, throw. That's going to be picked. Flag on the play. We'll see what that is. Tremaine McDaniels with the pick and the return. We have a couple of flags down. There's a helmet on the field. Jeff Craddock is not happy. He's got the headset off. He is very unhappy on the sideline. Believe it is going to be Tarboro football. I don't know where they're going to get it at.
It's on them. It's on them.
Yeah, it's illegal participation. 72 with. Oh, everybody just had all the headsets.
It's on them.
All right, penalty is against Rocky Mount. Okay, it'll be Tarboro ball.
And again, we were.
Illegal participation. His helmet came off. He kept playing.
So the call, folks, in illegal participation, a Griffon player lost his helmet, and they kept playing. They kept on playing.
And again, as we talked about earlier, those Viking defensive backs just seem to pop out of nowhere and intercept passes. An impressive defense tonight by the Vikings.
Jones was under a lot of pressure on that play, and really, that's the third interception thrown tonight. The first two came on pretty good throws. That was not a good throw from Jones.
Yeah, and I think you can feel Jones kind of feeling like he's got to be Superman a little bit right now. And I feel for him, down 35-7. He's got to make some plays.
4:12 to go now, Tarboro, and there's going to be a movement up front. False start against the Vikings. Tarboro is still with their first team offense in the game. They are, I think they're looking to put one more exclamation point on this one.
Number 3, Tremaine McDaniels with that interception, a guy who has ran the ball great on the offensive side and making great plays on defense as well.
And off right side, and that is 15, Christian Gunter, the sophomore, getting his first carry tonight. Might start to see Tarboro rotate in a few of their lesser-used backs tonight.
Yeah, we're reaching that point of the game where you're going to see some of the starters come out. You're going to see the guys who've been playing the whole game get tired. Hopefully we don't see any injuries.
That's the big thing late on. You don't want to lose players to injury at this point. Tylen Pitt, the starting tackle for Tarboro, just made his way off the field. He's holding his forearm.
I think discipline has been a calling card tonight. We've seen the Vikings play really disciplined football, take few penalties. We've seen the Griffons take more penalties than they'd like. As we get down to these last few minutes, I hope we see both teams kind of hold it together and play disciplined football.
Hand off, going around left side, and now you are definitely seeing some of the backups in the ball game. That carry, though, that was Satterfield in the carry. Nathan Sherrod is in at quarterback for Tarboro. So Amarian Lewis, his night has come to an end.
You see a guy like Mason Satterfield who's had huge plays tonight. He's had a touchdown. Moving a little slower on that play, you got to think he's getting a little tired. Credit again to this Griffon defense. Again, the score doesn't necessarily show it, but I've been very impressed by them tonight.
I think we're going to see if their progression continues, we'll see a better Rocky Mount team next month when we see them play Nash Central.
Absolutely. They've certainly got a lot to work through, but the athleticism I've seen on this team is incredibly impressive.
Sherrod, handoff, right side. Gunter on the carry. As we approach the 2-minute mark remaining here in the ball game. Tarboro are going to go to 1-0 on the season. Griffons will drop to 0-1. Next week, Tarboro hits the road. They go to Hertford County. Rocky Mount hosting Northeastern. In other words, for Rocky Mount, it ain't going to get no easier next week.
I don't think we were surprised by how good the Tarboro running game was tonight. Something that has really impressed me was the defensive backs for Tarboro, really popping up where they need to pop up and being disciplined and not losing coverage, making some key interceptions tonight.
Toss, sweep, Satterfield, little stumble, turns his way upfield. Well, he's going to be close to the first down. I believe he's going to have it. I haven't seen a signal yet, so maybe they're going to call my hair short. They have stopped the clock.
Again, folks, I've talked about Satterfield a lot tonight. I've been very impressed with his quickness. The fact that he's only a sophomore is a very encouraging thing if I'm a Viking fan.
All right, folks, timeout on the field. We'll take it with him.
You're watching the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week, brought to you in part by New Southern Loans, JR's Maintenance, Small Shop Small, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Telco Credit Union, and Edgecombe Community College. Now let's get back to the high school football game of the week, the Rocky Mount Griffons versus the Tarboro Vikings.
All right, 122, folks. So they did officially give them the first down. I was waiting for a signal on it. And okay, did I miss something where Rocky Mount got the ball? Maybe they didn't get the first down.
Jones on the carry for about maybe a 4-yard gain.
Okay, it was a turnover on the play. It was fourth down. Okay. I was trying to figure out the whole time if he got into the first down mark or not. Apparently did not. That's high-level journalism from me, folks. But, hey, I waited till a minute left in the game to totally just lose it, so I'm doing pretty good tonight. All right, folks, so Rocky Mount with the ball. We are under a minute to go here. Tarboro getting the victory here in week one, setting the tone for their season. And the tone is, hey, 1A football, be scared.
I'm certainly discouraged if I'm the Griffons, but I've seen a lot of good things tonight. The Jones-Alphonse connection has been great. I've seen some impressive plays from my defense. They've got a lot to work off of, and if my expectations were on the ground for the Griffons, I'm certainly more encouraged after this game.
Well, they are going to have to bounce back quick because they've got a tough test coming to town next week in Northeastern. And, folks, next week we'll go ahead and start looking ahead. We will be traveling to Wilson County Fike High School as the Golden Demons host the Northern Nash Knights in what should be a battle of 1-0 teams. Both teams looking to get a big early season win. Last play of the game, Jones still on his feet, and he's going to go out of bounds. And, folks, that will be the ball game. Final score tonight, Tarboro 35, Rocky Mount 7. Vikings off to a big start on the season. Folks, big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, the New Southern Loans, the Small Shops Mall, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Telco Credit Union, Edgecombe Community College, of course, our title sponsor, JR's Maintenance. Luke, an impressive victory for Tarboro to start the season.
Absolutely. I was impressed by Tarboro on both sides of the ball. The running game was incredible as usual, that Tarboro T offense doing what it always does. And the storyline of this game, as we said from the beginning, Rocky Mount was Tarboro's only loss last year. They wanted revenge, and they got it.
They got it. They got it in spades. They were dominant. There were times the Rocky Mount defense able to step up, but in the end, too much Tarboro. Not quite enough for the Griffons. Rocky Mount, folks, we said we'll see them again late September. The next time we'll see Tarboro will be September the 9th as they host their rivals, the Cougars of Southwest Edgecombe. Like we said, folks, next week, Fike, Northern Nash. You guys join us for that. Going to be a lot of fun. Should be a good ball game. Northern Nash looking awful impressive tonight, and it looks like Fike was as well. All right, folks, that's going to finish us out tonight here in Valhalla. Viking Stadium, 35-7, Tarboro defeating Rocky Mount. Big thanks to the man behind the cam. That's Robbie Morris, folks, the great one himself on the camera. Folks, a big debut for Luke Robertson here on the mic, on the Game of the Week. And folks, I'm your venerable old veteran, good old Wes. I call myself the moral compass of WHIG TV. If I am, that's not good for anyone. That's not good for anyone. All right, guys. We'll check you next week. We'll be back here on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
The JR's Maintenance WHIG TV High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you in part by New Southern Loans. Personal and auto loans apply today. 2 locations to serve you. 2405 West Nash Street, Wilson, and 2226 North Main Street in Tarboro. JR's Maintenance, Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services. Proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall and 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside. Trade It, now open inside Small Shop. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Telco Credit Union. Telco Credit Union, with locations in Tarboro and Greenville, offers mortgage refinancing and home equity loans with low interest rates. And check out their great auto refinance program, located at 720 Barlow Road in Tarboro. And Edgecombe Community College.
I'm a student here at Edgecombe Community College in the respiratory therapy program. I drive 60 miles one way because the training here, it is very different. It's more hands-on training. The technology here is spot on, and instructors that are open and willing to give me extra help that I need. So I feel very confident. So when I start my career, I will have the knowledge and the tools that I need to actually succeed in my career.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you. Like our new car lineup featuring the roomy Equinox. Fit your lifestyle with security, tech, fuel efficiency, and affordability. Or check out the new Silverado, the truck most popular with first-time and veteran truck buyers. In every department, our knowledgeable and friendly staff is there for you. Born in the business, 3rd-generation owner and manager on site to help you. Don Bullock Chevrolet, Rocky Mount.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week bringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.